So what's up, guys? We got Sabrina Change Witch, Season 5, Episode 13, Sabrina's New Roommate. So, this episode starts off with Sabrina at the Spellman's household, and Sabrina at the Spellman house, and she's like, and she's like, and she is talking to Zelda, and Zelda's like, all this, all this, like, worked, like, all this, like, worked out, stressed out, uptight, and all this stuff. And Sabrina Hilda decides to swap the pepper shakers, and and then when it's all revealed that it's a dream, and Zelda just swaps those pepper shakers back the way they used to. So anyway, so yeah, so then we see Miles, Sabrina, and Roxy watching this show, watching this show. Then we see, then we see Zelda walking to discover Hilda, like remodeling their house, and she is kind of, and she's like, what are you doing? And she's like, remodeling, and she's like, the last time you remodeled, something happened like 600 years ago, 16,000 years ago. So anyway, yeah. So then Zelda decides to move into Sabrina's, you know, decides to move into Sabrina's dorm, and yeah, she, so yeah, yeah, so 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 they're watching this show, but Zelda's like, hey, I got some better opera. She's like, so yeah, so they're like, oh, we can just watch the show we were watching somewhere else. So Miles comes in and is like, is this a dream? Like, it's so, so, yeah. And Zelda's like, Miles, do you not have a crush on her again? And he's like, no. So yeah, so anyway, so anyway, so yeah, so Sabrina comes back, and she discovers that Zelda watched the show that they're watching after the opera, and has now become a new has decided to give up her uptight ways and become a party person. So so they decided to make this, so it's so in a montage, they make this thing of whipped cream, chocolate syrup, waffles, and a bunch of other stuff. And it's so yeah. So after that, Sabrina decides to take Hilda to a party where Hilda, or decides to take Hilda decides to break her hair first before they take her to a party. And yeah, so yeah, Zelda's a total party person now, and and yeah, Zelda is a total party person now. So yeah, so Zelda, is like people are carrying her up, and the dude's like, and Josh is totally the worst in this episode, because not the worst, but he's Morgan's kind of like, hey bro, don't you forget about her, his girlfriend, and he's like, oh yeah, we'll just put you on top of the same people after Zelda's done. She's like, Josh, she wants you to be there for her. Don't be terrible, boyfriend. So yeah. So anyway. So yeah. So Zelda Zelda decides to date this trucker guy, and Sabrina's like, oh no, Zelda's gonna date this trucker guy. So she goes to Hilda, and Hilda's like, eh. So Hilda, so Zelda, so so Hilda and Zelda decide to. Hilda and Sabrina decide to stop Zelda from getting a tattoo by trying to talk her out of it in the form of talking tattoos, which is creepy. What is up with the show and them using this whole them as a talking character thing? It's super creepy. So yeah, but Zelda's like, no, they're not gonna change my mind. But then she realizes that when she gets a picture of a rose, the the ink, the needle won't go through her skin, which is kind of weird. So she basically breaks up with her trucker boyfriend and realizes that the reason why the needle wouldn't give her the tattoo is because her wish side wants her to be the uptight, clean, tight person that she is. So she just goes back to that side of herself at the end of the episode. So this episode was okay. It was an okay episode. Like like Zelda going from uptight person and non uptight person to being uptight again. It's just like it's just like okay. She likes following the rules. She tries not to do that. Then because her witch side is always trying is usually used to that, she can't get the tattoo because it's used to that. So she decides to go back to that person. It's just like okay. Josh was not that good to his girlfriend in this episode because Morgan was just trying to get him to acknowledge her, but he was all like, "Oh yeah, let's get those same people to raise you up and down." When Zelda's done, she's like, "Josh, this is your girlfriend. You shouldn't treat her like this." I feel like this side of Josh is terrible. Josh, maybe we should call him that. This is terrible, Josh, because he's treating his girlfriend not good. More interested in what Zelda's doing more than her. It's just like, oh, Josh. But that basically wraps up this episode of Sabrina. The Sabrina Teenage Witch. This basically wraps up this episode. So basically, like, sorry. I'm missing like, comment, subscribe. I stopped doing it, but now that I'm reviewing the show again, I'm just so used to doing it. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.